Well, good evening. You're very welcome to TTML Division 4 here on a Friday night at the Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve. My name is Graham, and joining me tonight is Joe, the Belch Factory core boy. Hi, Joe.
Graham, nice little intro there. Thanks for the beautiful nickname. How are you?
You're very welcome. I am doing good, thanks. How are you?
Ah, Graham, last day of my holidays, back to work Monday, so I'm feeling pretty bad.
Joe, I didn't ask for your life story.
Alright, well, sorry, Jesus.
Gee.
So,
What I'm
yeah.
asking for is, I'm good. Gee. Anyways, a couple of minutes before we actually get going, but as we kind of, just wait for the action to begin, Joe, why don't you take us to the results, the top three there from the last round at Monaco, and then the standings as they currently are after said Monaco Grand Prix.
So, after Thunder Lights in Monaco, Nicky took first. I heard it was by a good bit. Then DJ Williamson in second, and Charlie in third. And the standings: Nicky in first with 64 points, followed by Lord Holton in second with 63 points, Synchronizer in third with 59, Key in fourth with 57, Charlie in fifth with 46, and Cam in sixth with 45. And then Haas leading on 104 points, Racing Point in second with 95, Mercedes in third with 91, Red Bull Racing in fourth with 78, and Alfa Romeo in fifth with 66 points.
So, pretty tight in the driver's standings, so interesting to see what goes down today. I believe Key is not here tonight, and neither is Martin Bell. Well, look, there's a few people missing, but
Graham, Martin Bell hasn't been here since Australia.
that is
I
correct.
don't think.
However, that being said, there's a nice little, it's nice and tight there at the top with the, from first to fourth being separated by only 7 points. So, it's what you like to see after 4 rounds so far, Joe.
Yeah, you'd like to see a good showing, like good fighting for the title, like, yeah, well, hopefully there's good racing tonight in Canada.
Yes, and hopefully we won't get the the co-masters issues that plagued Division 2 and Division 3 yesterday, but we'll cross that bridge if we get to it, hey?
Yeah, Codemasters fixture game. Dog shit.
Oh, bit
It's
harsh.
true. It is true, Graham. Come on, Stige, pick your car, please. Come on. We gotta get going.
Joe, you're not impatient, are you?
Man, like, I just want to get going, like.
Just can't wait for the action to start, huh?
Well, I don't want any casualties now on the World Champions tonight.
Well, I'm glad you're excited and looking forward to this because Canada is a track where, as you know yourself, you get some potentially interesting racing. We can go through it in qualifying, but finally getting underway. 14 drivers, though. That is the highest, I believe, since Australia. So that is progress.
Yeah, we're getting there. Slowly but surely. Who are you predicting?
Oh, it's very early, Joe.
For quali, I know, yeah. I just want to do it.
I think we'll have a 15th as well once Synchronizer joins. If not sure if he got in time. Did he get
14.
in?
Yeah.
He was, there he is. Yeah, updating very late. Who do I think? I don't know. Gosh, Joe, for once you put me on the spot. Is this how this feels every time?
I think DJ Williamson just out of the blue. Maybe New Zealand Cam.
Yeah, I was thinking Cam, to be honest.
No, you aren't. Stop lying.
I was. I was
No,
going to
you
say
aren't.
Synchronizer, but Synchronizer's come more in the races than he has in qualifying, so...
Yes, yeah. That's right.
And I don't know about Lord Holton and Nicky. I'm not sure if I'm looking at that, and I just looking at what we've seen the pace so far this season, that was, Monaco was definitely well, Nicky's
Yeah, it was
quick,
just
but
yeah.
I didn't like not however many seconds he finished. Uh, oh, look at that!
Oh, it's a nice moist track.
Oh, Joe, that's more than moist. That
Graham,
is
there's some cars
absolutely
here.
saturated.
And aquaplaning has decided to join.
Oh, the irony is that he's not going to be he's not going to be aquaplaning through qualifying with this
He will
weather.
be.
Will he? He's not. Did he?
He can join through quali.
Oh, can he? Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
realize. Lucky him then. Well,
Um, I believe Cygate is fitted to intermediates.
could be the choice come the end of the session. We won't know, but I imagine the majority of the field will be starting off on the wet tires, and that is what Nicky is going to be venturing out on. How do you go about this one, Joe? How would you feel this one out?
I it's I don't know, Graham. Depends what the race is like. I don't know what the race is like, but we don't know it yet. Like, but so if it's dry, obviously if you want a dry setup, go full dry. But yeah, we already have yellows in sector one. Whatever's going on here.
Yeah, someone has lost it. It's actually Kelvin, I think. He was just going around. But yeah, this is is this our first rain affected session of the season?
Of the season? Yeah, I believe so.
Certainly in qualifying.
Yeah, I think it is, Graham. I'm not sure it is.
I think so as well. So that's exciting.
Nice moist track, you know.
It's
The
definitely not
sprays.
moist, but there is a lot of spray. So Nicky's done well here to load this up as quickly as possible and get out. Although I have to say, looking at even that now, that rain isn't
Intermediate.
super heavy. Yeah, I would reckon
No.
within too long we'll be seeing some intermediates out on that track. But
Maybe it could be. No, I don't think it'd dry up. Never mind. Not even. Yeah. Never mind.
we'll see we'll guess. Look at what the conditions are like. I definitely think that wet's are probably the tire for now. But just looking at the level of rain that's falling down, I'd imagine with 15 cars clearing that, I'd imagine we'll see Inters on before long, depending on obviously how it all unfolds. But here goes Nicky, and of course what you want to do, of course, in the meantime, is not before those Inters potentially is not stuff it into a wall in the meantime. So that's the challenge. Easier said than done, as we've got McCallison, who's a reserve tonight, in the wrong direction. Heading up to turn 3, I believe. I need to go back to Nicky, though, as he goes through Sector 2, end of Sector 2. Going through turns 8 and 9. And then down towards the hairpin of 10. Nice and slow. Keeping it in second gear. Probably want to keep it in the higher gear than normal. Using that medium traction to full effect.
Yeah, they can use medium traction in this, can't they?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, well, in Division 2 they've used no traction.
It's a big boy league, Joe. You have to be ready for it. Here we go then. What are we going to get on the board? What is the time to beat?
3.
22.9 is our provisional pole position. See if we can find anyone on a flying lap. See if you can pick anyone up here. DJ Williamson, but he's invalidated the lap. But the 22.6 is what he did invalid. So definitely, I would say there's a lot of feeling out going on. We'll just see times improving. I reckon even track conditions just improve as well. Here's Laura Holton, as you say, tight, but fastest in Sector 3, but not doing for the top spot at the moment as Conti then files in 24.2. So let's see then, there we go, 22.8 from Robin then, puts him on provisional pole position. So it is, sometimes with the range, you could get times that are very wide ranging, as other people just have a knack for finding the pace and the line, but not too. We've got top 3 separated with just a couple of tenths there.
Yeah, Cam's a purple there in the second sector coming around to the hairpin. He's a McLaren in front. Charlie. I think Charlie's on a lap as well. No, he's invalid. So, yeah.
And then Nicky went for a second run, then was just trying to find the Mercedes 22.5 then. So again, for me, like when I'm found with a wet session in front of me, I usually put in about 6-7 laps of fuel in the car's cam. Then goes quick as 21.1. That's because the quickest by a considerable margin. I like to put in about 6-7 laps of fuel in it to build up the kind of the confidence and the pace as you get a feel for the conditions. How do you go about a wet qualifying session?
Well, to be honest, Graham, that's what I do. I just fill it up and do about 6-7 laps on the same tyres, and then come in and then just put in a little bit of fuel for the last 2 runs, I'd say, for the end of the session. Because like, there's no point in going in and out and in and out, like, because these tyres can obviously last for most of the session. But maybe they'll probably come in and put on intermediates though either. You don't know yet, Graham.
Rain looks a little heavier than it was at the start of the session, but yeah, you're spot on, Joe, with everything you've said about running in the wet. That's what I would how I would see it as well. Because again, like you said, the wet tires aren't racking up too much wear, especially on a track like this. And maybe a track like Spain, or a track with a higher level of deg. You might run that risk a little bit of losing a bit of performance as you knock off the fuel, but. Yeah, for here, I don't think it's too much of an issue. Then it's Kelvin and gets to 7th, 25.8. Nicky did find an improvement on that third lap, but not enough to get to near 21.1 of Cam, and that's quickest by quite a margin. We'd love to see where the time was found in comparison.
I'll have a look here for you.
Because that's a staggering improvement.
23.
As his teammate goes up to 6th with 23.4. And Robin
Nearly a second in the second sector.
Second sector, so that's, I would say most of that's coming out of maybe traction zone, coming out of 6 and 7 even. Yeah, more than likely I would say. Maybe a really good exit then off the second chicane. That's basically all that sector is 5 and 6, and then that second chicane. But
yeah,
here's Aspo. I think he's just starting his lap number 56, an unusual number to be rocking in league racing.
56. Yeah.
I'm trying to find if someone's on a flying lap or not.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find.
Because it's not a ton of action. Conti here coming through the last corner. Interesting that only just cut the chicane and he's hit the wall as well. Oh, Synchronizer's out. It's coming out of... There's no car quite near it. Let's see if we can see if Sidegate is still there. Yeah, see if he's still... If it's still there by the time Sidegate rounds that turn. See people coming out on fresh wet, so... Oh, he's lost it way up here. That's quite a ways away from the actual, when you get the throttle down. Coming out of the turn 10 hairpin, so he's been obviously... It was obviously a struggle, quite a fight with that Haas, and then eventually lost that fight. As he came skidding into one of the barriers, I'm not sure which side, but... so fresh wets then, which would indicate obviously the track not quite ready. I'm actually interested. We're going to go on board with Cam for this lap. He's warming up as he heads down the back straight. Before he does though, Aspo comes across the line and he rises to 10th place. And McLaren, sorry, I was DJ Williamson rather. The other McLaren, which is Gran, TFI Gran. Quicker than a lot of people with the 5-lap old wets, goes to second place, 21.6. Give me some time finding in that. Let's go on board. Oh, G-Mac Cam almost losing it coming out of turn 2, so any improvement I'm sure is going to be knocked off immediately.
Very close to that wall. Oh,
even
and that
close
wall.
to that one,
and that wall.
and he's looking not to shear off the left wheel, left front, but he'll carry on into the pits rather, as a couple of changes then. Aquaplane then jumped up to 7th, I think, or sorry, 8th, and then Robin improved his time in 5th, 22.4. Puts him on the 3rd row of the grid. Where is let's go. Okay, Nicky's about to start flying up. We'll go on board with last week's winner. No, never mind. Heading straight into the pits. I wonder if he's damaged the car somewhere. On the left hand side end plate on the out lap. Is DJ Williamson going for a second run? Well, a few runs actually. This is I think lap number 3. He's about to complete. What's it going to be? It's an improvement. It is an improvement. A 22 flat. Puts him up to third place, 2nd row on the grid. As Kelvin an invalid lap. Oh, the brakes were working well there, anyways. McLaren coming through. Charlie looks like he's going to start the lap, or is he going to get a lap on the board? Looks like he's going to lap. Oh, he's going to get a lap on the board. Thank you, yes, Joe. On the board. Thank you, Joe. That's what I was struggling to say.
I know you were.
And there's
I wasn't even paying attention.
There's a 22.6. Joe, I need you on the ball, man.
I was just checking the weather. Sorry, I've seen if there's any about the weather. But there's not.
Do you know what, actually, it looks like it is clearing up. Go on board here, Robin. And it would look like it's clearing up somewhat, perhaps.
Intermediate, surely.
When I say clear up, I mean it's not as heavy. The rain isn't as persistent as it was earlier. But I mean, well, you switch the broadcast camera and it's still pretty hairy, just like that moment was coming out of turn out of turn 2. But the lap is still going, and what's he got? He's just up marginally. To be fair, I'm surprised he isn't pitching, to be honest, because 6 laps on these
6 lap old hard wet.
You know, I may pit, but hey, if there's still time to be found, then that would only bode for encouragement should he come in for another set. I think Charlie's gone back to back here. He's a second and a bit quicker, it looks like, from the Delta. This could be a shot at provisional pole, or would have been, as he cuts the last chicane at 21.4. Would have put him just above his teammate in second. But you know what he's done as well? He's also invalidated the following lap as well. Yeah, that's a double whammy. Conti was finding an improvement, 21.9, but invalid. And this next lap has also appears to be invalid. So at the time, Joe, I think drivers are finding improvements. Plenty are threatening to dip into the 21s, but just nothing doing because there's not completing the laps.
No, they keep invalidating last corner or last chicane, but they're getting this and next lap invalid, so it's just unfortunate. Like,
it's their double whammy, so they are. Sygate looks like he's going to complete a lap.
As Robin goes purple in the first sector.
That's 7th place for Sygate, 22.4 for him. Robin, well, 700, so I'm sure seeing that he's up by in this 7 lap old wets. This surprises me somewhat. There's a McLaren coming across the line. It's Charlie, but it's another invalidation. And again, it would have been another 21. It said 7/10 Delta, but then it very clearly was not. But
yeah, Robin's purple again.
2/10 up, I see, as he heads down the straight. So certainly he could get himself in the 21s. See what the entry is to the final chicane. A little bit of understeer on the exit.
Ooh.
Car wanting to drift across the track as he gets a throttle down. It's going to be a 22.1. Oh, he lost it all coming out of that last corner. Here comes Storm. Big improvement coming here. And it's a 21.7 for Storm. Moves up onto the 2nd row of the grid. His teammate is following suit, but has validated the lap and looks like has validated the next one too. Time is running out to find improvements.
Cam is 5.5 tenths up. Charlie is in the way, is on a lap as well, is he?
Charlie.
He is, yeah.
Oh, that's a rough timing. see Slipstream to make up for the fact, but oh, I'm not sure. Let's see then heading into the final chicane. Well, Charlie does go on. You can see the spray and how much he's affected. Oh, and loses control of the car. As Charlie goes up to second place, Cam then has to contend himself with another lap behind this McLaren and gets out of the way now. But I'm sure Charlie wouldn't would have wanted that to happen the last lap. So, but still, as long as he's got the fuel, he's got time.
Yeah,
time for
but
a few more
Cam
runs.
doesn't
Yes.
anyways.
Yes, I'm saying. Well, I'm saying Cam, if he has the fuel, yeah, will have the time.
My bad.
Robin then still on these 9 lap old wets, goes up into 5th, 21.8. So you can see the improvements the track is having, but it's still raining quite hard, so I'm not sure now. I doubt we'll see intermediates at this stage now. Usually it's worth like a late punt on inters because as Robin's skidding away, usually because if it's not raining so hard, you can bank on the track, perhaps evolving somewhat. You might get an improvement in it. Here comes Gran, 21.6, an improvement, but very marginal improvement. He stays in P3.
Yeah, there's not much really going on. Kelvin's coming across the line here. It's at 23 flat.
Moves up to 12th as Charlie comes in. So that's going to be it for Charlie then. 21.4. Best he'll have to contend with will be second place. And Cam is in as well. He's also done. Not enough time to get back out again. So top 2 then are sorted. They're finished. So can anyone take the challenge to them? Conti just beginning a lap. And it was 120-ish heading across the line. It's going to be tight if you can get another one in. As using the back end of the car somewhat. Where is...
Gran is 3/10 up. Go on to the second sector.
Flying up the back straight. There's Mercedes coming across. That will be Nikki. Invalidated lap again. It's been invalidation city as Robin is out. The long stint on those wet tyres. As Storm then just starting a flying lap himself. There's a McLaren, which is, you say, Gran. Here he goes then. Oh,
pole.
It's pole position. Provisional pole position at 21 flat for Gran. And, well, everyone at the moment, everyone is slower than the Gran. So, see if anyone can top that. Just Kelvin in. Back-to-back laps. 8th place. What?
Sort of by the Gran, Graham.
It's topical. Max Verstappen was talking about it recently. Saying Gran's very fast. This one is too, in Division 4. 9 seconds left, which means Conti is just about going to make it. Just. As he moves up into 9th. If he has anything left in the tank, there's the time to use it, because the checker flag is out. And there is a racing point of Mikkelsen, who is currently last of the timed runners. And will stay that way. 23.7. As Aquaplane then finishes in 12th, which means the next car up is the Mercedes of Nikki. A valid lap. Here we go. 3/10 up. Could get up into the second row of the grid if this goes well. And that's where Nikki has stuck the car. 4th place for Nikki. As Gran was actually up on the time, but invalidated the lap. So still provisional pole. Here comes DJ Williamson. Using all the liberties of the track. Attacking that last chicane. And moves up to 5th place. A 21.5. As Cygate is going very slowly. And I think, well, the still car is going along. I think Lord Holton is next. A competitive lap. Oh, it took too much out of the entry of the chicane. Let's see what this lap was anyway. 21.9 would have put him 8th place.
Conti.
This will be the last one then. 2/10 up. Could get himself up into 6th or 7th. Even higher than that. 21.6 for Conti will put him in 5th place. And that will do it, Joseph, for qualifying. TFI Gran will take pole position in his teammate.
So I guess after leaving.
his teammate in third place, and hopefully Saga can get back in because this is, as you know, Joe, the worst time.
Usbo.
Is he offline lap? There could. That makes no sense. It makes no sense. We saw Conti cross the finish line like 2 minutes ago, when there's no one else who could have improved, or no one else who could have started a lap without crossing the line to see the checkered flag. It's utter nonsense. It is utterly nonsense. But here he comes. It makes no sense. It does not make any
No, he's
sense.
gonna get traffic up here, like.
Of course, no one's in control of their cars.
And he invalid, anyways.
Yeah, it makes no difference anyway. What would this time have looked like then? 22-1 would have put him 10th place. But alas, there you go. So that is going to be it. Oh, he got back in. Excellent. Just in time then. Joe, we've got 16 drivers here in the end.
I know, Graham, I'm excited.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Miracle. I believe Division 5 is just finishing qualifying as well.
Is that right?
And yeah.
Well, Joe, I'm gonna not care about Division 5 for a sec because we were looking at the results.
Yeah, no bother.
Would you like to take us through the qualifying results, Joe? Actually, you can.
Gran in first, New Zealand Cam in second, Charlie in third, Nicky in fourth, Conti in fifth, DJ Williamson in sixth, TTG Storm in seventh, TTML Robin in eighth, VER Kelvin in ninth, 10th Lord Holton, Cygate in 11th, Aquaplaning in 12th, Ospo in 13th, Synchronizer in 14th who crashed midway, ODD McCallison in 15th, and TFI Nadal in 16th.
I was wondering if you were going to list out like everyone's like the full name, and then you didn't do OWR Lord Holton, so you failed.
Yeah,
disappointed.
There was no point. There was no point doing that.
No, there's no point, but like there is a you missed a fight.
It was too long.
Well,
Is
Joe,
it
this
dry?
looks
Oh, it's dry.
dry.
It's beautiful. Beautiful in Canada.
Yes, that's what it's called. So dry, and of course everyone has choice of tyre, because obviously the start of this race is not the same conditions, obviously in qualifying. So free choice to be had, and look, I think the two stop is the quickest way around. You can salvage your race with a one stop if things go poorly. Not from lap one, but the hards will certainly carry you a long way. So a little bit of wiggle room.
I wouldn't even start the hards. Hards are disgusting tyre.
I would
not even start on
I
it.
would not start on them, absolutely. But if you need to pivot, from a 2 to a 1, whatever the case may be, you can do that. We shall see as the timer is ticking. It is a ticking. But I wonder who'll be the first one. How high will we see a set of mediums?
I believe lads should start on mediums.
So I'd start on softs.
No.
To be honest, depending on my grip position, I would start on softs and go from there. Let's see then, as we get underway. Oh wow! So Gran from pole position is going on to the mediums. Cam, Charlie, Nicky, Conti, DJ Williamson on softs. Behind him, Storm on mediums in 7th. Robin, Kelvin on softs in 8th and 9th. Lord Holton on mediums in 10th. Cygate then, who's just disconnected, on softs, and then everyone behind them either on mediums or on hards, as the case is for Nadal and Aquaplaning down at the back. I'm surprised, Joe, that Gran is taking that gamble on a track you can overtake. I mean, I don't know, that's an interesting one. If you were in pole position, would you have gone on mediums?
No.
Because what I'm thinking, as we look at the predicted stop strategy, I would not do medium hards. I don't recommend that strategy for 1 second.
No.
Because the other thing, look, not only is there a pace deficit, at least at the start, from mediums to softs, but obviously the launch off the line is going to be, you know, is going to be inferior compared to anyone starting on the softs. And it's not the longest run down to turn one, but you can certainly get the jump, nevertheless. So, have to be careful not to get swamped, especially in this opening stint.
Prediction, Graham.
Oh, damn it, you've stole the words out of my mouth. Cam.
Yeah, I'm going to go Gran.
Cam versus Gran, truly the battle of the century.
The century.
Nothing else compares.
No.
Anyways, here we go then. 5 red lights. And away we go. Cam's got a much better launch immediately. But the second phase of the start, Gran actually came back. And Charlie's looking like he's lost a lot of positions. Oh, there's a ghost.
There's not a lag. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think that Storm made contact, but Cam looks like he's still holding second place as the time screens are absolutely all over the place. We won't change too much. But it looks like Gran then initially didn't look like he got the best start, but the second phase was strong and keeps that position. But pushing that car is Cam as the looks like we finally sorted out the standing. Oh, Gran's gone very, very wide, and Cam's going to be going down the inside, heading in towards turn 8 and 9, looking on board from Nicky, and Cam's got the place, and Cam then moves into the lead of this race now. Did Gran get wing damage as he no, it looks like the wing is all there, but risky stuff indeed running that wide on lap 1, but Cam is through, and now his next phase is to build a second margin within the next 2 laps and hope that everyone behind will start to put the pressure on Gran. You can see the position changes. Storm up a few places on his mediums. Charlie losing 3 spots then, heading on to in that first lap.
Oh, and we have Nadal hitting the wall at World Champions.
In 14th place in a little battle with 2 Alpha Tauris behind.
Synchronizer gets hit off by Oostbo. Oh, he comes back, hits the side pod of McCallison. We have yellows in sector 1.
Just Nadal once again. As I synchronise them push back to 12th. And under pressure then from Aquapine, he's going to go down the inside into turn 5. And his contact on the exit, and Synchronizer is round. But looking further up though, I want to look at the battle for second, because Nicky was hustling and harrying that McLaren. And see, Cam's already pulled out a significant margin, so Cam did everything he's had to do. And if the DRS being enabled on the next lap, that is only going to please him as the cars behind start to put the pressure on that McLaren.
Yeah, bit of a train, like, it's not a bit of a train formed behind Nicky.
Well, it's behind Grant.
Well, it's still close, like, yeah, it's lap 1, yeah, sorry.
Lap 3, DRS is enabled, and DJ Williams is going to go for the dive into turn 1, making a little bit of contact with that Mercedes. And honestly, that would be a good news to Grant, because he could do with both of these cars fighting behind him. Gives him a little bit of breathing room in front, but not breathing room to corners, because first penalty of the day for Grant. And Synchronizer is out, and looks like the VSC is out, so that's not in the pit lane as Nadal pits. So a Synchronizer, then one of the championship contenders, is out of this race early, perhaps not enjoying being beaten around a little bit as it looked like he was. But VSC is out, which means no DRS heading up this back straight for the first time at least. No, well, until it's disabled. And there goes Synchronizer, so that's a big loss for him. Big haul of points.
And his teammate in the constructors.
Yep, haul of points that is lost, but it looks like we're going to get underway here in a second, as they're just about to make their way into the chicane while watching the battle for third, and that's where they are negotiating. Ooh, did you just drop back a little bit there towards the end? Looks like it's not ending quite yet, this VSC, so he's caught a break. Didn't lose any more time. And why is it a long VSC? But oh, the grand
Oh, and
spot.
Gran gets a speeding under the VSC drive-through penalty.
Have to serve that within a few laps. And
So it's gone bad to worse for Gran.
really has. 3 seconds already behind Cam. A 3-second penalty. And now a drive through to boot, and a Mercedes in close proximity as Kelvin. Oh, there's some afters and aquaplaning. Yeah, I think incident between him and Kelvin possibly. But he looks like maybe hit off the track as Nicky then getting close and closer and closer, and looked like he was gonna be set to make a move into the hairpin there, but nothing doing. Now DRS then is enabled, of course, unlike the safety car. As I actually hold that thought, as DJ Williamson and using the overtake is coming through down the inside into the final chicane, as Gran then pits, and Nicky does as well. Obviously Gran serving that penalty, and I thought Storm was in for a second, and that would have been a
Storm it in.
But it's going for a drive through, is it?
Oh,
I think Storm may have
I
been
didn't see it pop up.
I didn't either, but that has to be what it is, because didn't see him file in there at the back behind the teammate.
Nicky going for another set of softs. Interesting.
Soft mediums, possibly, maybe soft hards. We'll see. But what it does do is release DJ Williamson and Charlie then, and they are almost they are basically 6 seconds behind Cam already. So this could be a pretty straightforward run for Cam, as Grandin tried to make back some positions. He emerged in 10th, gets through Sygate, who has the glitch, of course, having disconnected. He's basically a ghost. As here comes Charlie with the DRS, with the ERS into overtake. Will size his way past.
Oh
and
my god,
DJ
contact!
Hit into him. DJ Williamson's made contact and has damaged the front wings. He's heading into the pits and has promptly rage quit. So dropping like flies. So they are. Joe Charlie got a penalty for that in the process, having gone across the chicane.
I don't know. I don't understand why people do that. It's just stupid.
Especially when
you
there's
get points for every point. Like you get for every position. Like Jesus.
Yeah. Easy. Yes, every position bar P20. But
Nicky,
yes.
oh look at Nicky! Look at Nicky's car.
I didn't see if there's any damage.
Do you know DJ Williamson's car was stopped in the middle of the pit lane?
Why did Nicky have to come back in though?
I think he had a drive through as well, Graham. I'm gonna look.
Have a look. I wonder how many people actually may have got done for a drive through. I only got pop up for one, but as you look at that, Charlie then going to take P2 off of Robin here and hope that a car won't hit into the back of him this time. As there must have been I'm guessing the error was an error of judgment between, as Robin steams in a million miles an hour into the pits, which I expect is what happened to DJ Williamson, and Nose being repaired onto that Ferrari, which is actually interesting, because actually looking at that heading this lap, lap 6 rather, and there was no damage on that Ferrari, so obviously picked it up during this lap. So where is Grant then? Grant's an 8.
DJ Williamson, Nicky, Aquaplaning, TTG Storm and Gran got drive through.
Okay, that makes a bit more sense. Right.
Excuse me.
You are excused, Joseph. As look at the battle here, Joe. Behind Conti, there's Astbo, there's McCallson, there's Kelvin. Battle for P4. A couple of varying strategies here. Conti on softs, Astbo, McCallson on mediums, and then Kelvin on softs. And so these guys will be peeling in fairly soon then, Conti and Kelvin. DRS opening up. I don't think he's going to catch Conti in time. And Conti goes into the pits. Oh, and Aspo's horribly misjudged that last chicane, as a Cam is into the pits as well. You have to be so careful if you're the car behind Joe. when you are
Oh, going into the pits, yeah.
the car in front of you is going into the pits. Yeah, absolutely. So Cam then is going to merge in front of the battle between Gran and Storm. Do you know what, actually, Joe? Gran isn't. He's got to pit, but I thought he might be a little bit further behind the action than that. As Conti and Kelvin obviously pit. So Conti will. Where's Robin then? Just behind Conti then, and Kelvin just behind that. So that is P9. So Conti looking like he's going to get some solid points as things stand. Joe, we're only on lap 8 of 35. I feel like a lot's happened. I feel like the field is spread quite a bit as well.
A lot has happened, to be fair, Graham. A lot of drive-through penalties and...
Yes, that will spread the field.
Drive-through penalties and damage, and yeah.
Joe, that spreads the field.
I was gonna say... what's smart?
Slurry, bingo.
Other than known as cow poo.
Joe, you're a farmer. You're supposed to get it. As Robin is coming past Conti then into P9.
I'm not. Excuse me. I'm not a farmer. Mr. Scuba MUFC is a farmer. All right,
you're playing a farming simulation to be a farmer. I'm counting it.
I haven't played that game in about 4 months.
But an avid player nevertheless. Conti and Kelvin went on to mediums. Joe, I tried a clever segue and you were too slow on the uptake. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, Graham, I was trying to see what you're going to try and say.
Your brain has to be engaged, Joe. You should know this.
Well, Graham, it's 20-9. Oh, Cam gets a penalty. 20-9 at night, Graham. My brain slows down at this time.
Joe, I'll give you a pass. Not for the time, because it's a Friday. But, put that phone on mute immediately. Oh dear. McAllison and Aspo still squabbling away. For P3, of course, Kelvin and Conti pitched on mediums a few laps ago, and they were in the thick of that. Top 6 result could be on for some of these guys if things go to plan. Because, of course, Gran and Storm have yet to, as Robin and Sygate then, who is ghosted, everyone could just go through, and I'm assuming Conti will go through him soon as well. Because obviously with Gran and Storm's drive-thrus, Joe, that puts Aspo and McAllison, and Lord Holton as well, who's a few seconds up the road, ahead in terms of track position, because it's same lap old tyres. 9 laps on those.
Cam just made an overtake on McAllison.
Heading into turn 8.
Definitely a cut there. He's closing rapidly.
Be racking up. And we're only lap 10, so we'll see a lot. That might be the only thing that might stop Cam winning this race is his penalties. But we'll see, as he likes to try and close down the back of Aspo. He's got some ERS to save, to be fair. And Charlie Pitts on softs from second, and a nice clean run for Cam, heading out of that last chicane. And he takes position 2 away from the Ferrari, as another penalty for Gran popped up there a minute ago. So not the greatest race as it's unfolding for our pole sitter.
Gran, yeah, it's unfortunate. Oh, he got another penalty, did he?
Another 3 seconds, yeah.
Yeah.
What's on your mind,
just say
Joe?
now that McAllison and Ospo, would they be in the running now?
It's hard to say because they're obviously going long on this stint, and they're going to run a softer tyre at some point in this race, you would imagine. Unless they're going to do the one stop from mediums to hards, but...
Yeah, but last night Gary did medium soft, or soft medium. And he finished second, I think, or that. Maybe they could be doing that, you won't know.
We'll find out soon enough, I suppose, but look,
find out soon, and it's live.
They're in contention for some good points, because a lot of drive-thrus have happened, a lot of, well, some DNS have happened, Someone's asking in the comments why there's only 13 drivers. Well, to put it
12
simply,
drivers.
13 drivers. Hang on, Bill.
So yes, and racing.
Oh, did he actually lag out in the end? I thought he was just a ghost.
I like it out.
The simple answer is rage quits. You know, that's every single person who's retired is a rage quit. So that is the simple reason
It's the bottom line.
why we've got, well, 3 retirements as a Storm catching the back of Gran, and this is for the position. They've both served drive-throughs for speeding under the safety car, or the virtual safety car. See then, he's going to have DRS heading up this long back straight, and just looks a lot happier. To be fair, Grant's got a lot of DRS, and maybe this could be his one saving grace.
Lord Holton pits.
Pits from the lead. And yes, even with DRS and ERS, as a Grant then comes into the pits, you could see...
Set of hards for Lord Holton. He's on doing one stop.
oh, he's doing the one. Interesting.
And a set of hards for Gran as well.
Interesting. I like this. I like to see a bit of play
No, I
and
don't
a
like it.
strategy.
It's boring.
Which means you don't like it. So we've got lots of different people using different strategies. It's great.
Graham, it's boring. You don't use the hards, like, just do the two stop.
I'm happy we're seeing some people on hards. We'll see some
No,
strategy. I like it.
disgusting.
As Charlie in the back of Storm, of course, fresh softs for him should make fairly light work of Storm. I'd say the hairpin. Ooh, snatches a break though. Puts him off just a little bit, but he will have DRS heading back up that back straight. Yeah, and look, we talked about it, Joe. I personally prefer the 2-stop. I don't think the hard is as good, but I will always be happy to see, you know, different
Mixed strategy,
strategies.
yeah,
because
Charlie sizing up Storm here,
yeah, as Charlie will whiz
and
by
he
because
just swings past.
Aspel and McCallison dive into the pits, because look, there's so many tracks where the strategy is very straightforward and you get no play of the strategy. So anyways, mediums it looks like, going on to Aspo and McCallison as well. So medium soft then it would appear. Now Conti and Kelvin will be tied with that lot, because they obviously Conti Kelvin run softs as they
Nicky gets a 5-second penalty
as they pitch it. So Aspo is behind Kelvin and behind Conti, and obviously McCallison is as well. But they do have to run the soft tyre, so those 4 could be very close together come the end of the race, Joe. That's exciting.
Graham, a pit stop around here is what, 15 seconds, 16?
It's not 15, that's Netherlands, but it is very short.
So 20.
Yeah, maybe 18 or 20. Yeah.
So Lord Holton is your net leader at the moment.
Look at the he would be indeed, but he'd obviously be gazumped pretty quickly should Cam
he's on the slower tyre,
make a stop. But you're right, as things play out, he would be if there was everyone were to pit in front, he would obviously inherit the race lead. And 5th place, Conti then, see, he's in a good spot, but there's quite a number of cars who are going to be closing behind him pretty soon. Have to take that pain before they all pit again, of course. And there's Aspo then quickly in the back of Kelvin. Heading into turn 3. Give it nice and clean as Kelvin gets a little bit wobbly on the exit there of turn 4. Bring Aspo closer to the fray of DRS then, of course, as Robin is catching Storm. Storm going a little longer on this medium stint than well, everyone else I've seen so far. 14 laps. And I'd imagine not got a lot of ERS, to be fair, Robin, to attack, but he's got the traction.
Grant picks up another penalty. I believe it's the 3rd penalty.
DRS open for Robin. This will be a fairly simple move, and he'll hope that Storm doesn't come barreling behind him as he enters the pits. Another lap then, so really Storm is taking these mediums quite a ways, as Aspo got close to the back of Kelvin, but nothing doing quite yet.
Yeah, it's
See, Conti's just in front of this as well, so McAllister's lost a bit of ground after that pit stop. He's a little bit further behind, almost 4 seconds. Maybe made an error somewhere. But he's lost touch then with the 3 that he was fighting with earlier on, with Kelvin, Conti and Aspo, who actually Kelvin's going to have a little bit of respite here because he's got DRS this time to Conti in front. And that will hinder the progress of Aspo. Oh, Kelvin goes very deep though into that corner. Detection zone, he might have just been out of it. As Lord Holton is on the back of Storm. Storm is just... I'm not sure why he's extended this long because his pace is... it's just sunk. It's just absolutely
very bad now
disappeared.
at the moment.
He's just being absolutely swallowed by everyone else. Surely he's going to come in soon.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? And
Kelvin's lost it. Kelvin's lost it coming out of the last chicane and into the barrier. He went. There he is. Couldn't get him there for a second. People were going past, but he's lost.
Storm goes on soft.
Front end
soft.
of that. Front end of that left hand side of that wing. If that's a medium soft, that's a strange one. But he lost so much time at the back end of that. At the back end of that medium stint. Can he even recover with that on 2 soft runs? That's... I don't know. He lost so much time. So much time.
Bold strategy.
Assuming that's... Look, we're assuming that's what the play is. That it's going to be soft. But it might not be. Like, there's still half the race to go, Joe. As McCallison gets by Kelvin. Of course, there's damage. We know that. So he's going to be a bit of a sitting duck for others. How many pit stops does Nadal have? That's number 2. Okay, seems like he's been in the pits a lot more than twice. But here comes Aspo on the back of Conti. This is for P5, but won't be able to do anything, at least heading into the last chicane. But can he get a good exit and make a good run heading down towards
Ooh,
turn
and Cam
1.
gets another penalty.
He's leading by 10.6 seconds.
Yeah, Graham, he said that's the pit again, Graham.
He does, but Charlie
I don't
also
believe
has
Lord
to pit.
Holton has. Yeah, Lord Holton doesn't.
No, but he's going to... The gap between Lord Holton, Joe, and Cam is 19 seconds.
Oh, it's 90. Oh, it's gone up. Oh, never mind.
And of course, he would catch him immediately on whatever tyre he pits onto. But I think a podium, definitely in the... a P2 or P3, definitely in the offing here for Lord Holton if he carries this on. He'd be helped by the fact that car behind him, which is Conti and Aspo, of course, do have to pit again.
And Conti picks up a penalty.
Squabbling away. There he is, the aforementioned racing point as he rounds turn 10. Overtake mode enabled early for Aspo, trying to catch him as quickly as he can before that activation point. The DRS, the activation point is there. You can actually catch up quite a ways before you get to that point, and has to back off though. Thinks better. Joe, I've been impressed, Joe. We haven't seen any senseless dives into that last chicane because they do happen, and they happen quite often.
Oh, not yet, Graham. Still nearly 16 laps yet.
Could happen, but hasn't as of yet.
Also gets a better exit.
Well, has to be careful. He's going to run into the back of that Red Bull, and there's going to be an almighty accident, or someone's wing is going to go flying away. Just has to exercise patience. He's definitely quicker. Just has to keep it calm. Back end, I wanted to step away there. You could see it, couldn't you? As Robin, I missed that actually. Lord Holton overtakes Robin, who's on 12 lap old. So like Storm, it's just pace is dropping off.
They're dead.
They are like already 1.3 seconds. Actually, Conti in this lot's going to catch him pretty soon. Very, very soon for that matter. He's absolutely struggling, and Aspo was sitting to the back
6/10 in that corner, Graham. He caught.
Yeah, they're just done. Oh, I think he's got wing. Has he got wing damage on the right hand side there? He has. That'll be why he's also catching, but I think the tyres are also just dead. As Aspo and Conti then side by side into the chicane. Oh, it's very nice. Very nicely played by both of them. Good clean racing, and Aspo then moves up into 4th place with Robin diving into the pits as we say, and his tyres are done.
I believe he picked up a 5-second penalty as well.
Is he
For
serving?
speeding. Is he serving? No, he has to serve it. Sped in. Storm is behind Gran on the mediums. Pushing him through the corners. Pushing him. Will he dive him? No.
He's actually
Yeah.
on softs.
Oh, and he picks up a penalty. Yeah, that's what I meant. Huh?
Oh, what a camera angle that is. I love it. Let's look
Got
at the
the
rear
brake
of the
ducts.
car. Yeah, you see it too, right?
I got the brake ducts there, yeah.
The rear brake ducts as well. Solid stuff. Yes, this track is
Cam as well.
yeah, this track is notoriously bad. Oh, he's got onto the grass a bit. A Storm on the entry. This track is notoriously bad for bad cameras. As Charlie pits from second on his softs, and even before DRS is enabled, well, just now, Storm will be through. But of course, Graham will go to the end of the race. Storm will have to make another stop. Where is Charlie going to emerge? Where's McCalson? He should emerge between. Yeah, he should emerge in fifth. And as McCalson negotiates turn 1, Charlie already feeding into turn 2, and indeed, that is where he lies. 5th place. Joe, it's clouding over a little bit here. Can you see that? Right on board with Charlie. The clouds in front of him they feel a little bit darker than they were.
It's a bit overcast, Graham.
It's getting a little overcast, for sure.
May get the umbrella out.
Maybe. Maybe.
I brought my wellies anyways, they're in the back there.
The back of where?
Back of the commentary box.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're prepared, Joe, because I have a hood, but it's not waterproof, so.
Yeah, I understand, Graham, yeah.
I'm,
You can get underneath my umbrella. Front.
I'm only ready for intermediate conditions, Joe. I'm not ready for full wets. That's the lamest joke you've ever heard in your life. so stupid. There's not a lot going on because everyone. The closest gap is 1 second between Nikki and the ghost of Cygate.
I believe Conti is going to get disqualified, and I hate to say that, but
I can't.
racking up the penalties.
You can't have more than Grant.
Yeah.
It has to be at least 3. But he's going to be
Yeah,
going
it's
under
3.
big pressure now from Charlie because, of course, Charlie's just pitted and Conti is 14 laps into this medium stint, and he's going to have to go on to another medium stint in a few minutes. Whereas Aspo can run the softs then closer to the end, and Charlie is through then into P4. So it looks like our net 3, Joe, is going to be Cam, Lord Holton, and Charlie as our net top 3.
Correct, Graham, yeah.
That would appear to be the way it's going to break down, at least before penalties are applied.
Yeah,
Cam will be in before long, though. 15 laps on those
I believe he'll go on softs, Graham.
mediums.
Maybe lap 28, maybe pit lap 28. As Conti's in.
Lap 28 would take him only 20 odd laps on those mediums. Which is
yeah.
front wing
It's long.
change is being undergone at Red Bull, and mediums on Conti will send him on his way. He'll be close to Kelvin, to be fair. He also had to come in and change a wing. You think Kelvin will get by? He will. He'll be close, but Kelvin will be ahead of Conti as Charlie on the back of Aspo. Of course, fresher tyres if we go to the end of the race. And he's only got about 4.5 seconds to make up on Lord Holton on fresh mediums. He should be able to do that, but first has to negotiate this Ferrari. Can't get too far ahead of yourself, Joe, at times.
No, you can't, no, not at all, Graham. But here comes Charlie, absolutely baiting down the right hand side. Gets past him. And slow it down.
Back onto the racing line, and away he goes to try and dig into the 3.7 second gap.
And he sets the fast lap as well. 11.4.
Extra point going for that, and that is Grand's 4th penalty.
And Osbo gets a penalty as well. So they're racking up now, so they are.
They are, and still 12 laps to go.
As Charlie gets one as well. Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord Holton.
Wow.
It's wishy. The wish of humour. As Conti on the back of Kelvin. Of course, having just pitted. This is for P9. Both will, well, yeah, both will go to the end of the race.
Why?
Excuse me, there's no yawning in this stream.
I'll do whatever I want, Graham. Tough day today.
Joe, I told you to ask for your life story.
Graham, do you want to expose the whole YouTube what you've been doing today?
Living life. As Conti
To the
surely got a warning for that. Tread lightly, Joe. Conti must have got a warning for that trip over across the chicane. It's getting darker and darker. The sun is disappearing.
Yeah, the sun will be underneath the clouds, Graham, because the sun's not out. It's overcast.
What are you talking about?
The sun is not out. It's cloudy.
The sun is always out, Joe.
It's not out, Graham. It's underneath the clouds, so you can't see the sun.
Yes, but it is always out. It's just hidden behind some clouds.
Yeah, that's what I said, Graham.
No, it's definitely not.
It's actually. Oh, maybe I'll finish it.
Yeah, I think that's for the best. To be fair, Kelvin's standing this pressure better than I thought he might, with those tyres, fresh tyres of course, that Conti put on. As Charlie is catching up to back of Lord Holton that has DRS. Now, will the overspeed take him through before the braking zone of this last chicane? I don't think Lord Holton's going to fight this too much, but has to be careful heading into the chicane. Yeah, lets that one happen. And settles then into where I believe he should finish the rest of this race, which is P3.
Yeah, I think Lord Holton should just try and hang on to the back of Charlie and guide him through. I think that's what he should do.
If he's able to. Easier said
If
than
he's
done.
able to, of course. Yeah.
Here comes Conti then.
Hands on.
Oh, he's going to make the move into the last chicane and definitely cut the corner. And Kelvin did well not to fight that because Conti was not stopping for anything. Other drivers definitely would have played into that, and an accident surely would have been caused. But Kelvin was able to spot it and get himself out of dodge. And he's still pedaling around in P10.
Cam is into the pits.
18 laps on those mediums. You'll trade them in for a set of softs, set fastest lap, and complete the clean sweep of the points. Not the clean sweep rather, because he didn't take pole position, but close enough to the clean sweep as he'll emerge as Charlie just exits the final chicane there. There is Cam.
Lord Holton is in and Osbo is in as well.
Wow, Lord Holton into the pits. I did not expect that. Has he got wing damage by any chance? No.
No.
So he's putting on a set of softs. That's an interesting one. We knew Aspo was going to come on to this set of softs because that's what he's been building up to this whole race. I did not expect that then. I thought Lord Holton was very comfortable where he was because everyone behind him had to pit again. Wow. Interesting. We'll see if he can get back to that P3.
Surely.
He might because Grant's on
Grant
14
has
lap
7 million
hards.
penalties.
That too. Storm's on 10 lap slots. He'll have to pitch again. McCallison, that's going to be the only problem, and he should catch him given the tyre difference because McCallison's mediums will be gaining quite a bit of wear by the end of the race. Yeah, so you'll be able to get back to that then. But,
Lord Holton picks up penalty.
Not like that. Sometimes the grip is so much that you turn in too soon to corner sometimes, and because you're so used to the grip not being there, now all of a sudden the grip is there, and it's too much. And you just turn in too soon. As McCallison pits then, that saves that equation. So the racing point is in. And soft compound tyres going on. Where will he feed out? Ooh, be close, won't he, to Kelvin and Conti. A little bit behind, but he's got bare tyres. So
As Cam picks up another penalty. Oh,
that's
maybe
number
not.
3, correct?
Correct, Graham.
Charlie has 1 or 2 as well. I think he's still okay.
Charlie has 1, 2, 2.
So it's only need a few more yet for Cam to pick up between now and the end of the race, as the 2 Ferraris coming close together. Different strategies. Oh, Chini Mac, that was close. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Robin moved over, and he must have taken his foot off the accelerator, because Aspo almost I think he wanted to pick up the slipstream and almost ploughed into the back of him. That was really close. But here comes Lord Holton then to take back P4. Grant goes defensive, but defensive, or does he just straight up move out of the way? Either way, Lord Holton is back through and will be. I reckon by the end of this lap we'll be on the back of Storm, given the how old those tyres are. 12 lap on the soft.
They are absolutely shot. He is struggling.
Would not be my favourite tyre to be on right now.
No, don't think so, Graham. Don't think so.
So definitely a race for fastest lap for sure, but it's Lord Holton who's got for now at 10.6 is the time to be. I'm surprised Cam hasn't got there yet into the 10s. We'll see what he can do this lap. Of course, the longer the stint,
he has no.
the longer this stint goes on, of course, the less and less chance of it to happen. As look at this, even before the hairpin Storm under pressure. So the 2-second lead, by the way, when this lap started, and there's a fast lap, 10.4 for Cam, and you can see how much time Storm is losing. He's had some interesting strategy calls tonight. Has Storm? It's probably gone on too long on tyres.
As he goes into the pits.
See, this is really because he's in such an awkward phase where he's only getting 6 laps out of a pair of softs. Where if he cut his previous stint, by a lap or 2, either way, you get more use out of those fresh softs. It's a strange one, and it's cost him a lot of time. And he's going to feed out probably just ahead of his teammate. As Kelvin on the back of Conti. This is for P7. So I think Conti may have just overtaken, to be fair. These two have been pretty close all night long. And McAllister on softs and coming into the fray as well. Just 7/10 or so behind these two. We'll have DRS, but we'll can he get by Kelvin? Because Kelvin will have DRS, and Kelvin will missing corners like that will certainly play into the hands of McAllister.
Ooh. One more warning away, Cam is.
That'll be 4.
Number 4, Graham. I think you have to hit the wall there.
Still wouldn't be enough because the gap is 10 seconds. See, this is the problem.
I think he has damage. Does he have damage? No, never mind.
Sorry, I can only see the brake duct, so.
Oh, already. Sorry, man.
I believe you wanted to check, but
Yeah.
Good run for McAllister out of turn 2, but again, not really an overtaking spot into turn 3 unless you're right alongside and literally by them. But scruffy exit. It's going to get tight. Oh, it's beautiful. Very nice from McAllister to get into P7. Can he keep it out of the wall? He can. Yeah, scruffy run for Kelvin heading out of turn 4, and that was nice enough for McAllister in the end, and that is Aspo, gained by Gran, who's on 18 lap old hards. To be fair, this is a decent taking penalties out of the equation, Joe. This is a decent recovery drive from Gran to get back up to P5 after obviously the drive through and then have to pivot then onto the hards, which is not a great tyre comparison to some of the other tyres that you're seeing at the moment from pretty much everyone else. We'll see what happens after penalties, but definitely a good recovery drive nevertheless.
Yeah, it is, but sure, he's going to fall down to at least 8, I'd say, all these penalties.
We'll see, because he's got a 6-second head start on Conti and McCallison here. And Kelvin then just behind this as well. And Storm's going to be catching up to the back of this pretty quickly as well on his fresh softs. So McCallison will need to get this move done quickly. This cloud is getting more ominous. But at the moment, we are still in dry conditions.
9 and 6. 3. Sorry, I was trying to do a bit of maths here. Sorry.
As
But if Cam gets another penalty, Charlie wins. Kinda, because Charlie only has 6 seconds.
hold that thought for a sec as Conti goes defensive then. McCallison on the racing line. Conti's going to have to give this one up. And McCallson's missed the chicane a little bit, but is able to keep that position. And then McCallson into P6. I'm not sure about that, Joe, because he would need about 18 seconds, 15 seconds worth of pens, I think. No, 18.
9. He's 9, and Charlie is 6 or 3.
Which is 3 seconds, Joe. Take 3 from 11.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, maths was never my strong suit either.
Oh, he's after hitting the wall though. Oh, the wall champions. Is that damage? It's not. Never mind.
Why do you do this to me?
Crap, I just want to hype up the race. Like, hype it up. Get the hype going.
There's plenty of hype, Joe. As Robert goes down the inside on Nadal, trying to find a way through. Battle for P11. Exciting stuff as we are on lap 34. Nadal, oh, he's trying. Oh, there's a lot of movement there. Trying to fight this for all he's worth. Nadal going straight across the chicane and is out of the race. That was some very questionable driving, we shall say. How did all
the wheels fall off?
The left front came off, which means he must have hit. Must have tried to hit maybe Robin, but I have no idea. The right one should have come off.
All the wheels fell off the car though.
The wheels fell off, Joe, literally. As
Cam picks up another penalty.
Good thing he's got the margin as he begins the final lap of the race. And
1, 2, 3,
12
4.
seconds behind him is Cam, who is seeing a very lonely race here in P2, but there's still a battle raging between Kelvin and Conti for P7. And Kelvin just needs to try and get a good run out of this hairpin, and he's close, very close. And Storm's joined this battle too. Oh, a bit of a snap of oversteer to get a bit of contact here from Storm as he came through, but that's helped Conti either way. And Conti is going to keep hold of this P7 for the moment, but Storm, is the man on the move. And a bit of a nudge there from Kelvin into Storm to see if Storm can make the move. As DRS is open, of course, he'll have one more lap to do so to make this move for P7. As I believe at the back straight now, Cam is heading. So we'll stick with this for as long as we can.
Yeah, I believe Cam has won the Sunniers. Never mind.
Yep, and he comes through the final chicane now. It's been a very dominating performance for Cam. He will take back the lead of the championship surely with that win, and he wins the Canadian Grand Prix. Charlie then will come across the line to finish in a very lonely second place. But by how much then? How much does this close up to then? 7 seconds in the end, as Storm still trying to put the pressure on Conti. He's going to get a better run. Oh, Conti's lost the back end, and the Storm hits into the back of him, and that's going to allow Kelvin through then as well. So not the end Conti would have wanted. Howard Holton then takes a very well-deserved third place. One stop worked out. Sorry, 2 stop worked out well for him.
Grant's coming on Osbo. He gets him. Oh no, he doesn't.
No, he finishes 12 seconds behind because that's many penalties he had. Storm, Kelvin, Conti all across the line. Conti then takes back the positions he lost on that last hairpin as the penalties are applied. Nicky then a bit of a fall from grace, having won the Monaco Grand Prix, finishes in a pretty lonely 10th place, and Robin then will come across the line to see out our finishers for the Canadian Grand Prix.
Okay. Who is your driver of the day?
My driver of the day, I wouldn't pick McCallison as a... Well, we'll see in a sec, but I mean Cam probably, because he was just on another level, Joe, today.
Jesus, all the penalties. My days.
Joe, this is a PG stream, man.
Jesus is not a swear word.
Depends who you ask.
Right, go down through the names there. Of the drivers.
But I'm watching the podium. Anyways, oh wow. Whew, that's a lot of penalties. Yeah, so Cam then winning the race ahead of Charlie in second. Lord Holton then in third. Great drive from him, Asso and McCallison to rise from 10th, 12th and 14th to 3rd, 4th and 5th. Grant then finishing in 6th. Was that 18 seconds of penalties? It is indeed. Yeesh. Conti then 7th, Storm in 8th. Kelvin then somehow takes the winner's spot for most penalties with 21 seconds in 9th. Nicky then in 10th, and Robin then rounding our finishers in 11th. We lost from this race Cygate, Nadal, DJ Williamson, Aquaplaning and Synchronizer. Mostly due to rage quits.
Well, Cygate wasn't able to get back in, I believe.
Yes.
So that's Canada, done and dusted.
That was Canada, done and dusted, as you say, Joe. Would you like to tell the ladies and gentlemen what is next?
Next Friday is September, the 5th, 4th September, 5th September, something like that. It's Austria, the Red Bull Ring. Join us at 7:50 to start stream. Myself and Graham hopefully be taking you through it. Graham, it's been a pleasure commentating with you after missing Monaco due to being away having life. But until next time, goodbye.